Okay. Give it a second there. There we go. Hello, Supermarket Sim Guy. You're level 158 now, huh? You've been putting some time on that one. Hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling a little bit better. As you can kind of tell. That last stream I did. That's funny. I don't know why people are still following on Facebook. I don't use Facebook anymore. Anyway. That last stream we did, where I was coughing up and clearing my throat every few seconds, it got pretty rough. I woke up the next morning, sinuses were all swollen, mainly on the right side, and then my throat, had to get a spray, and then for the nose, and then there's a box over there with some more pills in it, which, matter of fact, pardon me a moment. Yeah, give me just a second, y'all. I forgot I needed to take these. They're about the size of a horse pill. There's Mr. P. There you go. Hey, buddy. Finally, I'm here. Hope you are feeling better up. I'm here. I'm gonna try and get through a stream. Let's put it that way. I changed my name, if you haven't noticed already. Yeah, I've noticed that. I got your message that you were going to be changing it. So, Mr. P, have you been playing any since the other night? Alright, let's see. What do we got here and what don't we have? There's oil and... Alright, so that's good. Oil can be used. Yeah, I found the mod to bring the trash can inside, so... Yeah, ouch. Yeah. Messing with the hip. No, not had a chance, although... dude, seriously. It's fun. Alright, what do we got going here? Hey. You're not supposed to be there. Yeah. Oh, that's always fun to find. Alright. Another mod that I picked up changes the computer to make it look like an actual computer. So, I like this. This is a nice little touch. Alright. I think we're stocked up out here. Well, we seem to be stocked up in here too. What would we do? Stock everything and then leave? Let's double check. Yeah, we must have stocked everything and then left. Alright, well, just turn on the electric and go. Hopefully some customers will come in. Hey Iron Man, how's it going? Welcome in. Let me see here. You know, I got new glasses, and the sad part is they don't help me to see the screen up top. I'm gonna have to figure out some other way to do things. I need a tablet that I can put in front of me, because it'd be easier for me to look down at the tablet, see what I need to read, than to constantly having to do this to look around my mic. Yeah, literally my mic is right here, and yeah. Well, yeah, okay. It's real fun. I can't barely walk sometimes. Oh yeah, I know how it feels to have your hip out. They updated mobile. We now have cashiers. Awesome. Mr. P says, I hope that you get feeling better soon. Supermarket Sim Guy. Then Supermarket Sim Guy says, thanks, brother. Mr. P says, you are very welcome. That is why I use a tablet for chat when I stream. Yeah, I'll tell you, yeah. I'm starting to think that's the way to go, because I'm constantly doing this. I'm trying to see what's going on. It's a pain in the ass. By the time I'm done streaming, I've got a headache. I've got somebody waiting. Usually because of the fact that I'm straining to try and see the numbers. But brand new glasses. I even got the, I don't know if you can see it right there. It's got the bifocal. Yeah, about worthless. I mean, they work for everything else. They just don't work for me to do this. I even told them when I went and had my exam that I sit at a computer. But for some reason, they did not set my glasses up. I don't know what you're cleaning or what it is with the cereal that you have going on, but you know, damn. $72. And I also added a new mod before starting, so this is the first run with it, which could mean that the game is going to get really busy. It's called a Simple Customer Boost mod on top of the more customers. So yeah, might just get a little bit busy. Give me a second to get through a couple of these customers, and I'll look up and see where we're at. No, one too many. Got click happy. Alright. Are you, that other guy's wife? He's already been in here and bought a bunch. Alright, 30.75. Okay, y'all gonna give me a flippin' minute? Okay, you're gonna take a minute. I'm looking up here for a minute. The little gamer. Hi there, little gamer. Sorry that it took me a minute to see you. You tried some 3.75 reading glasses. They work for me when I give me a mobile. I get bifocals also. They don't work when I'm on mobile. Yeah, they don't. The bifocals. I mean, I'm right here. I can't see my screen unless I go like this. And even then, it's better here than it is here. But then up there, I constantly gotta go like this to see what I'm looking at. Which, granted, yes, I can see what I'm looking at. But I don't want to have to do this and break my neck every time. So, yeah, these don't work. Not for this area. So I'm going to have to look into getting a tablet. I think I can get one for roughly about $1.50. For those who don't understand what $1.50 is, it's $150. Well, the rest of this cold can screw off. Actually, it's not even a cold, it's a sinus infection. But if I'm not careful, it's going to get into my chest, and I gotta, I don't want that. It's trying to get in there now. Like, not giving it a chance. The sinus part of it is backed off, but it's still got the lingering congestion. I say we are a little low on stuff. In 1 second, folks. I'll be right with y'all. Alright, the stalkers should be at work now. Matter of fact, speaking about stalkers, higher. I should take some of the slack. And 1725. What did he just say? What was he just saying? Where am I at here? Right, yeah. 450. Okay, y'all are just gonna have to chill while my stalkers catch back up. Yeah, that's one thing I don't understand. They want something, but when it gets stocked back onto the shelf, they don't go over and get it. They just walk out saying, "Oh, we couldn't find it." Well, did you check the shelf before leaving? Maybe they just hadn't had a chance to stock it. And I know comments are backing up. Let's see here, where am I at? That's why he's a tough goes. Or you can use a phone and put it in front of you. Yeah, that's a little bit tiny. You don't want to go, you don't want to get in chest. You'll be really hurting if it does. Yeah, I definitely don't want it to get in the chest. That's where it could turn into pneumonia. Yeah, no. No. I think I've wore out my freaking keyboard. I cleaned it the other day. I completely tore it apart. I mean, completely tore it apart. All the electronics out of it, everything. And actually took it and washed it in the sink with some Dawn soap. Just to get it, cleaned up. Yeah, that's better. Those are a little bit better. Not perfect, but they're better. So yeah, tore it apart, cleaned it, put it back together. It's working a little bit better than it was, but it's not perfect. Get off the register. How are we looking in here? Probably going to need some more. Oh, no one's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We got one more than what we really... Well, technically we have how many more than what we should have? Let's see here. What's the button I'm looking for? This one. Yeah, bills did get paid. That's good. We still got growth. We got lots of growth that we haven't done yet. We even have a section that we can open up. That's gonna wait. Okay. Confused on this one. It says higher, but not higher. This one says fire. Just the weirdest thing. Because technically, I think we skipped over. Well, I mean, I know for a fact we skipped over. We have 5 employees when we only should have the 2. Because this one says purchase rack 7 out of 13 and needs to be level 29. We're level 30. So technically, all I have to do is buy some more racks and this one will be open. This one, on the other hand, level 37, and we shouldn't have. That's where the power of mods come in. Alright, so are we done stocking? Yeah? Alright, let's do this. Enter. 106 customers total. Products not found, 21. Youch. That actually hurts you. Anytime you have a product not found, it takes 1 store point away. And yes, you can actually lose a level in your store from products not being found, because every one of those brings you down. Will bring you down to a point where you actually lose a level. Alright, let's see here. Flour, olive oil, and apple juice. Flour, olive oil, apple juice. Flour. Olive oil and apple juice. Flour. Olive oil. I did say olive oil, right? And apple juice. $2.75 now. I got COPD along with this infection on my hip, so I'm fighting a 2-front war. Speaking about COPD, my aunt has it, and I'll tell you, she's having a hell of a time with it. Here right now, she's so used to being able to go when she wants to go that it's really bugging her that she can't just go when she wants to now. It is olive oil. What I thought. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It didn't change the price, that's for sure. $7, $6.99. Were we not priced the right price in the first place? Oh, it went up. So yeah, I mean, it is sitting at $6.99, so whatever. I mean, we're still covered. All right, let's go ahead and purchase what we need for the day. Which, how are we doing on stock room? Storage. You know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to open this up. Going to take everything we have to do it. We just opened up our storeroom. Now, see, all this back here will change to this once I restart the game. But now we have plenty of room for storage. don't know what the heck that was going by. Sounded like a really messed up motorcycle. Alright. Let's get on it and see how far we can make it now. Yeah, the COPD, it sucks because I've watched this woman go from being married to my uncle. I mean, God rest his soul. She's still technically my aunt. That'll never change. And she had to take on the role of caretaker when he got into his, well, he had a brain aneurysm while he was a trucker. And so it's amazing he lived through it. But it changed him. He was no longer able to do the things he used to do. So she had to start taking care of him. So she's went from being the strong one, well, actually she went from being a frail one to the strong one, and now she's back to being very frail, and it's just, it sucks. Well, I have to head off and get stuff done. Have a great stream. Rest of your stream, mate. Alright, bud, you take care. Whenever you have time, or whenever I have time, I'll try and get a hold of you. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you, but you take care. Tell Mama P I said hi, and hopefully you both are getting along well. You know, y'all are healthy, not sick. Ugh. I'll tell you, this hit me out of nowhere. Literally. But yeah, so she started having to be the caretaker and the one that did everything, and so she's learned to be independent and do things, and she get out there and do whatever, and now she's having to ask for help, and it's turning her up. She doesn't like it, which I can understand. Come on, quit moving. Why do they do that? They hand it out there, and then instead of just handing it out there, it's, oh, here, let me lean to the side now. What, are you gonna fall over before you get it to me or something? Sugar powdered. How are you not seeing it? It's right there. Not to mention the person right behind you in line just had, what, 4 boxes? I don't know about it. I really don't know. I think I might just up the amount of customers we're getting. Just a hair. And then later on, I'll have to, take it back down again. Go figure. That's a whole lot of oil and honey. I don't know what you're making. I'm not even sure if I care what you're making. Holy cow. And what makes it worse for me being sick is the medications that I'm on a daily basis. I have to be careful what meds I get to take care of sinus infection, because I'm diabetic and also have high blood pressure. Yeah. I got really the crap end of the deal when it came to, things going wrong. Let's see here. That's rough. Sorry to hear that. COPD acts up and really hits, and with this infection, it's not making it easier, I bet. Oh, wrong. I don't really have to hit the zeros, but whatever. I did. Oh, I can't find honey, but yet the person behind you has all the honey. Wow, big spender. Yeah, I wish the creator would, or the dev would fix her hair. It really hurts my eyes. You know, this is the first time I've checked somebody out that actually bought the cereal with the milk. Nice. I'm a very independent person. I hate asking for help, but now I have no choice. Now my wife is becoming a part-time caregiver along with being a wife. Well, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Matter of fact, we just went and did my aunt's laundry the other night. Yesterday. We went and did it yesterday. You better not hand me a $100 bill for a $2 item. Okay. This game has a tendency to bring up a very small item for very cheap and then have the person hand you a $100 bill. It's like, are you for real? Oh. Oh, damn Salt, what are you trying to do? Preserve yourself? You need to go have a whole lot of night games. $5. $5 is your change. Yeah, the person in front of you had all the salt. That's funny, he has salt. Exact change. Look at you. Fancy pants. Nay. One last customer. Alright, so I counted this morning. I'm doing a salvage of 35 people on mobile. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm using mods to help boost the economy. Otherwise, it takes too long to grow. Eight people found a problem finding products, so that's not that bad actually. Why cost, upgrade cost, blah blah blah. Dish tablets, toilet paper, and tuna. Dish tablets, toilet paper, tuna. Dish tablets, toilet paper, tuna. There is no toilet paper. Tuna is doing just fine. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's one more thing we gotta do. Tab. Exit all this, go to management, go to bills, pay the bills. That's what we done yesterday, but I don't know. I never really know. That's alright. We got 3 days to pay them, so it's not a big deal. Alright, now we can adjust the toilet paper. $16.75, huh? Alright. Go wait for them to finish stocking real quick, and I can read the comments. Doing around 1,500 a day, huh? Well, I don't know how much I'm doing today. It fluctuates. Oh. I gotta say, I'm hurting sitting here doing this, but it is fun to at least be back on. I just wish I felt a little better. It's been a few days since we've done a stream, so I was like, yeah, I kind of need to do one. It'll probably be a few more days before the next one gets done, but at least, you know, a day or two. Alright, y'all are all done. Let's try one more time. What I figured. I do 2 orders just to make sure that we're all stocked up. Alright, now once we get some more products to sell, I'll move these and start reorganizing. But right now I don't think that's a big deal. I did get, like I said before, I did get the mod to move the trash can in here, which I think helps speed them up. You know, they come out here, they do their stock. If they got an empty box, they drop it here and then continue on. So last night I decided, let's do hamburgers on the grill. I pretty much broiled the burgers on the grill. I wrote the devs on adding new products because I have same thing, so I have to same products and shelves to keep them stocked. Yeah, I'd get them to load or stock, and then I rebuy stock, and same thing. It's over and over. It's continuous. What was I thinking about doing? Growth is already set. We need section 8 before we can get section 9. Section 9 before we can get section 10. But 10 is not available to us until level 37. There's really no point in opening these 2 up until you do have the extra one. Because otherwise you end up with a weird one. I hate having empty shelves. Well, that can be a downside, yes. And on the other hand, it can be an upside because it gives you places to put things later on. Like right now, I've got an empty space right here where pretty much 2 shelves at least can fit. Maybe 2 shelves and possibly another cooler. I don't really know. Don't think so though. I think it's just 2 shelves and maybe a small space, but that's to be expected. Bring those coolers back this way a little bit and add more coolers there. What was I gonna say? Oh, there's the tattooed lady. Okay. But yeah, right now there's no empty shelves. I think we have one spot. Yeah, right here. And that's it. That's the only empty spot we have in the coolers. The rest of the coolers have everything, you know, have other things in them. Now eventually I will get rid of these 2 and go to a double. Because that's pretty much what I've done here, is made this into a double. I just keep putting off actually doing it. No freezers yet. I hate having empty slots. I got 2 more expansions to go. Yeah, you're getting close to the end, ain't you? As far as growth wise. Yeah, I haven't done the freezers. I haven't unlocked anything to do with the products for freezers yet. Now, look at there. Perfect example of the mod that I'm using, the better cashier mod. They're supposed to go to the registers that have someone working at them. There's no one working at that one. Yet he's still standing there waiting for somebody to just show up. Kind of like real life, where entitled people think they have the right to just walk up to an empty register and demand somebody to come check them out. When there's 3 different lines that are open that have lines as far back as the back of the building. They just assume, okay, I'm better than you. I'll walk up to the register, you'll come and check me out, and then I'll leave, and everybody else can wait. Had that happen to us in Save-A-Lot one day. I was in there with a friend of mine, and we're in the one line because the other person working the store that day was on her break. So this woman goes over to an empty register. There's nobody working it, obviously, because the other person is on break. Stands there, puts her loaf of bread down, stands there, and then has the nerve to say, well, is someone going to come and check me out? And the cashier was like, ma'am, that register is closed. It says closed. Well, I know there's someone else working. You're not the only employee. They can come check me out. Ma'am, that person's on their break. I am technically the only employee at the moment in the store. Oh, well then, you can come over here and check me out. Ma'am, you can get back in line and wait your turn like everybody else. And yeah, she's like, well, that's not going to happen. I'm not standing in that line. You're going to come help me. I finally looked at the lady because she was still giving the cashier a good hard time. Several minutes later, to the point people in the line were starting to get upset. Even was I. I finally, because I've been in the cashier's shoes. I was a cashier, and I ran a store myself for months, all by myself. I knew the frustrations that she was having. I finally, because I'm not an employee at the store, so I don't have to hold my tongue. I finally looked at the lady. I said, "Ma'am, if you don't like the service here at this store, you can take your sorry ass out the door, put the product back on the counter, and leave. She doesn't have to serve you, and at this point, I'm going to tell her not to serve you because you have been nothing but disrespectful and rude to her the entire time that you've been in the store. So you have a good day, ma'am, because now you're no longer allowed here. Goodbye." Well, I don't have to listen to you. And the other people in line also said, "Oh, yes, you do. She's done. She's not helping you. You're done. Leave." And that's when she finally said, "Yes, ma'am, I do have the right to refuse service to anyone. And at this point, you have hit that mark that I am going to say that I'm not going to serve you." She got so mad. She started talking crap, and I stood up about it. I said, "No, you're not going to do that in here. Leave, or I'm going to call the law." "Well, you ain't got the right to." And she said, "No, but I do. And if he calls, I will back him up." So me and about this time, 2 other customers finally were behind me. Had to basically escort her towards the door to get her to go. She wanted to be belligerent. And so, yeah. About this time, after all of it's said and done, the other cashier comes in and she goes, "What did I just miss?" And she says, "Oh, you just don't know." It was a bit of a shit show that day. But, yeah, so needless to say, she didn't get her loaf of bread. She had to go across the street to the other store. You can't do that. You can't come into a store and assume, okay, there's a line, but there's an empty register. I'll just go there, when the register's closed. 95.50. Not being able to find stuff is... I don't know what's going on there. Are we out? I have no idea. I think that's why I like this game so much, is because I've actually been in these shoes before. Alright. You just can't walk into a store and think you own the joint. No. Seriously. And, you know, it's very rude to the other customers, too, when someone just assumes, "Oh, I'll walk up to an empty register and they'll just come serve me." Oh, wait a minute. What makes you any better than us that have been sitting in line for 20 minutes? And yes, I have actually sat in lines at a store before for a good 20 minutes. It's never fun. I'd rather not have to, and one of the culprit of the stores that everybody knows doesn't is Walmart. You have 20 some odd registers, yet you only pay for 5 cashiers, and 2 of them are on break when the other 3 are working. So you got a store full of 80 some odd plus people with 3 cashiers. Do the math. It don't add up. So, yeah, I can see where people get upset. It gets tiring standing in line, waiting and waiting and waiting. Salt, cake, soda. That one's actually good. Salt, cake. Which cake? That one probably. What was the last one now? Yeah, that is another thing. It's when the cashier has to stop what she's doing to deal with your stupidity, you just not interrupted everybody else's day. You now have put it to where everyone else in that store is being affected by you. It's not the cashier you're pissing off at that point, pardon my language. But yeah, it's the customers. And you continue to do that, and they're going to get belligerent with you. Or a little loud, I should say. I may be using the wrong word, but still, point being, you ain't gonna like the outcome. And if there's anyone in the line that's like me that have been in those shoes and been where that cashier's been, she didn't need that. She didn't need all that headache. I mean, I've been there, I've done it, I've put up with the bull crap and wished I could just turn off the cameras and have at it. But having to bite your tongue when you're actually the employee on duty at that time, yeah. And even if you're not the employee on duty and you're not even on the clock, if you're in the store, you're still a representative of that store because you work for that store. So you still, even when you're off the clock, have to watch what you do while in the store. That's like when I worked for the one store, I had my uniform on. And on my way home, I got a phone call from my wife. Hey, can you stop and pick up this? Well, I happened to be 2 streets away from another store that was the same as the one I worked for. Same company. So I was like, yeah, I'll stop in real quick and pick one up. I think it was a gallon of milk or something. It was something simple. So I ended up stopping, but because I had my uniform on, because I'd just gotten off work and went and filled up the tank on the car, but on my way home, I worked at one that was a little further away than the one that was close to our house. Anyway, point being, I walked in, and no matter what I did in the store, any kind of interaction I had to be constantly watching what I did because I work for that company. It may not be for that store, but it was for that company. And I had a uniform on. Now, if I hadn't had my uniform on, the people there wouldn't have known I was, an employee, customers either. But yeah. It's just a matter, you gotta watch what you do and say when you're wearing a uniform for a company. Because technically, even if you don't work at that branch, you're still technically an employee. So you treat people like dirt, you can actually cause your problem, self problems at your store. But no, I had my uniform on and I walked in the store and can you tell me where this is at? Can you tell me where that's at? And I'm like, in my store, yes, I could tell you right where stuff was. But because I worked for another store and we were slightly set up differently, I don't know why stores do that. I don't know why they're not all set up the same way. But because it was set up slightly different, it did make for telling anybody where something was a lot more difficult. I'd have to tell them, sorry ma'am, I don't work for this particular store, I work for another one, so I'm only here picking up something. Or, sorry sir, I'm not familiar with this layout. Yeah. Yeah, it gets a little confusing at times. I know I walked into one store, I had issues with a guy. He was a manager that worked at the store I worked at, and he was a real prick, put it that way. To the point, I was sick, and I still came into work. I mean, I was just dying. At least it felt like it. And I had gotten sick on the ground. And the guy working now next to me, he come over, hey, go have a seat, I'll get the stuff, I'll get it cleaned up. You try and, relax. Which was pretty cool of him, because he's actually helping me. And, that's the way it really should be. So, the manager comes over, and he's like, what are you doing sitting down? Ain't you got an aisle to finish? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, I told him what had happened. The other kid told him what had happened. And then he goes, well, that's funny. Why aren't you on your aisle doing your aisle? And why aren't you the one cleaning up the mess? I mean, he's really being cold. No feeling whatsoever towards what's going on and the situation on hand. Just, oh, you should be cleaning up that and he should be over on his own aisle. You want me to pick up something that just came out of my body that could trigger me to do it again? Yeah, that's gonna work out real well. But so he got mouthy and really rude. Well, I didn't take it. I says, you know what? I told you I didn't feel good when I came in, that there was a possibility that this may be what happened, and that I may have to go home early. Oh, you can't go home. You got an aisle to do, blah, blah, blah. I says, right there, you telling me I can't go home? Just made it to where I am going home. You can keep this job. I quit. Right there, smack dab, right in front of everybody, I told him flat out, to piss off, I quit. So, the next day I got a phone call from the other manager that was on shift that night. Are you coming in tonight? Nope, you must not have got the memo last night. I quit. He's like, what happened? And I told him everything that happened. He says, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Well, you take care and hopefully you get the feeling better. So, needless to say, 2 hours later, I got a phone call from the head honcho. The head honcho calls me up and says, hey, I heard that something happened last night, that you had an altercation with the manager on duty. I says, yeah, and I says, if you talk to so-and-so, because, he was the one that also witnessed everything that went on, he could tell you everything as well as I can that happened. And he says, okay, well, let me call him up and see, and get his side of it as well. I want everyone's side of it. So he called him up, calls me up about a half hour or so later. He says, what would it take for me to get you to come back to work for us? I said, first off, him not being there anymore. Straight up, I will not work there if he's there. And a raise. He says, see you tonight. You're getting an extra $2 raise, and he'll be gone. He's not going to be around. And I said, I'll see you then. Have the paperwork there when I get there to, make everything legit, and I'll continue working tonight. And he said, are you feeling up to working tonight? I said, I can handle what's going on with me. I got sick last night, yes, and it set me off a little bit. But I can handle what I got. And he said, okay, I'll see you tonight then. He was there with bells on, waiting for me as I walked in the door. I signed the paperwork, and I went to work. And I stayed working there for a little while after that. But another time I was going home, had my uniform on, and come to find out, he was transferred to that store, but he was transferred to that store and put into the deli department, which was the dead end of the job. And he was no longer the manager. He was just deli personnel. Yeah, he was not very happy. He was very upset. So when he saw me in the store and saw I had my uniform on, he tried to cause me problems. And what did I just do? Okay. Yeah, needless to say, it didn't work out for him because when the manager of that store showed up, I let him know that, because he was like, oh, he's causing problems, blah, blah, blah. I says, sir, if you look at the camera, you'll notice that he approached me. And I wasn't doing anything but shopping when he approached me. He says, give me a few minutes, let me go take a look at this footage, verify what is actually going on. He comes back a few minutes later, he looks right at the guy, he goes, you can go back to doing what you're doing. I will talk to you in a few minutes. And then he looked at me and he goes, you have a good day. You're not being held responsible for any of this. He is at fault. And just to give you a heads up, you're welcome here anytime, because this will be his last night. He just doesn't know it yet. They fired him for messing with me for a second time. I saw him on the streets a few days later. Don't remember what store we were in front of, Walmart or something. Anyway, point being, he happened to notice it was me, and he, you got me fired. I looked at him and said, no, you got your own self fired because you are on a power trip thinking you were, better than everybody else. And if you hadn't have messed with me when we were in the store, when I was in the store, you wouldn't be on this little, kick right now, because you'd still have your job. Well, that's still bullcrap, man. And I just walked off. I didn't let him finish anything else. I didn't need to hear any more because, well, it wasn't worth my time. Just like it wasn't worth my time the first time he acted out. Give me a minute and I'll catch up on the chat. I know I'm behind. I've seen it go up a few times. I'm trying to concentrate. It's very hard for me to do right now. That's everybody? Good. Okay. Put that screen up for a minute here. I'm a combat vet. Be honest, I don't have time for dumb things. I tell you the way it is. You may not like what I'm about to say. About to say. It may not end well. Exactly, in grocery stores. Since I'm dealing with these two illnesses, I'm really not made for it, you know. Not in the mood for it, yeah. This doesn't help, my throat's doing its stupid crap. Yeah, it's been an hour long. I'll tell you what, milk, cheese, mozzarella, flour, orange juice. Milk, cheese. Cheese. I don't think it's this cheese. Not. What was the other one? I can't remember. 4? Probably the orange juice. What was it? Tell you, my brain is not there. Flour. Which is still good. So flour. Milk, we did. Orange juice was good. Cheese. We did. Okay, so we've done them all. Alright, good. Let's do this, and then this. And let them do the stocking. But, yeah. Needless to say, though. I'm 6'4", 240 pounds, especially when people act dumber than the store. Yeah, especially when people act dumber in the store, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you. I had a guy at Walmart just a couple weeks ago. I'm standing there, and my girlfriend, my old lady, she's in one of the little carts, because I was in it, but then I needed to stand up and move around for a minute, so she was sitting in it for the moment. Anyway, she's pulled up. She's only got maybe a foot in front of her, between her and the cooler where the cheese is, because I'm about to step forward to grab the cheese, and this guy just walks over, squeezes right between the cart that she's in, and just basically stops dead right in front of both of us to get the cheese that he wanted. And yeah, he may have said excuse me, but still the point of this is, and I'm like, I said it point blank, I was like, yeah, I'm getting real close to wrapping my cane around somebody's head. I mean, I'm getting... people are rude in Walmart. I mean, they are. They're downright rude. And this guy's, well, I said, pardon me, or some crap like that. Isn't that supposed to excuse your stupidity-ness? I mean, you see me stepping forward to get the cheese, and you cut me off. You cut her off just because, what, you're in a hurry? His wife's like, just leave it alone, drop it. Yeah, he doesn't know where I've been. He don't know where I'm from. He don't know what I'm about. He's lucky his wife told him to drop it. I'm with you there, buddy. I'm being, annoyed at times in the store. I don't get it. I don't know why people have to be that way. What is it? What are you in such a hurry for? Where you got to go that you've got to be that much of a hurry to cut someone off or to just be rude to somebody? And especially somebody that's in one of those electric carts. I use them a lot because I can't walk very far for long periods of time. I'm in that cart, and especially at Walmart, it seems to happen the most. I'll be in that cart and I'll be going down an aisle, and all of a sudden I'll have people just step right in front of me. They don't seem to care that I'm right there, that I'm trying to get down the aisle. No. They will step right in front of me to get to what they want as I'm going by. You can't wait until I'm past to get what you need? I ran one person over one day. I ran right into him. Well, that was rude. Well, no, what was rude is you getting in front of me when you see me coming. And these chairs don't stop on a dime. They do stop pretty decent, but they don't stop instant. They do have a bit of a push forward, especially if they're wore out. So I waited until the very last second, let go of the handle, and let it go to the roll. I'm like, and that's your stupidity for being there. Well, I'm going to get the manager. I said, go ahead. I'll tell you the same thing. Don't be stupid and step in front of one. But, people are dumb. They don't look, they don't listen, they don't pay attention. Oh, actually, I can't say that they don't pay attention, because I have them look right at me and then do it. It's like, are you for real? You made eye contact with me, yet you still stepped in front of me and stopped. I mean, I'm going down one aisle one day, and they see me going. There's another person coming the other way. So instead of letting me go by because I'm closer to them, what do? They take their cart and everything, step over in front of me, stop me from being able to go, to let the person that's walking with a cart go first. Like, wait, what? I'm already like 5 feet from you. This other person's 10 or so feet. So why did you stop me when I could have already been past you before you got over, and then they would have been able to go by without any interruption as well? No, they don't care. They will stop me. They will just walk right over in front of me, stop, let the person go, and then they'll get out the way and be like, oh, pardon me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. My throat's getting a little dry and crackly. So, it's been a nice little rant. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a very long one, especially with me still being sick. But I did want to get on and say hi to everybody and see how things were going. So, anyway, I've enjoyed being here. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel to grow. And don't forget the bell icon so you get notified of any videos that get posted or live streams that I may do. Meantime, though, enjoy the stream. Get better, my brother. Yeah, well, appreciate it. I'm gonna try. I'll tell you what, I'm taking medicine left and right, and it has actually helped. It has helped. It kicked this down, like quick, but I've still got the residual of the phlegm buildup, the sinus still build up. So I've still got a little bit of that. And if I talk for a long period of time, my throat starts doing what it's doing now. So anyway, as I said, y'all take care. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.